Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you my storage. I finally finished it. I was trying to get it done before the next update for Storybook Vale, which I did get it done, which I'm really happy about. So I'm hoping that you guys really like this. I'm hoping to give you maybe some inspiration or maybe just an idea of how I organize things, because it can look different for different people. Obviously these might not all work for you guys, but it works for me. So I think I'm just gonna get straight into it, to be honest. I'm really excited. So as we enter, we will go on to the first floor. The first floor is for everything in the original Dreamlight Valley game. So I have all of the biomes combined, but I have it separated into different categories. So in here, this is mainly like my crafting and resources room. Over here on each floor, I have a chest like this. This is one of the vintage storage chests. These work somewhat like ender chests do in Minecraft, where one chest or several chests share one inventory. So this will be shown on every floor that we travel to. And I also have one of these chests next to each of my wells in each biome. And this is just so that if I'm running around collecting a bunch of resources, I can throw them quickly into this chest, and then I get 2 inventories full of items before I have to go home and clean everything out and organize. Works very well for me and makes it so that I don't have to do a whole lot of in and out of my house. So next, this chest is for everything wood, mainly like sticks, obviously. My dry wood, my softwood, my hardwood, and my dark wood. This chest over here is for everything that I dig up, so such things as snowballs or clay or even sand that you might dig up on the beach. Next, I have this chest, which is everything that's like somewhat craftable. Actually, these shouldn't actually be in here. These should be on my second floor because these are from Eternity Isle. Sorry about that. Anyway, this is all things that are used generally when crafting, or that you may have to craft to then craft something else, such as the tinkering parts. You need to use the iron ingots, I believe, to then make these parts, which are then used in furniture pieces. Over here, this is what I would call my Dreamlight chest. Basically has anything magical, any quests I haven't finished, potions, dreamlight shards, purified night shards, different event items, my pixel shards, just again, really anything and everything that's like technically needed, but in like magical, but like I don't have somewhere else to put it. Over here, this is my seed chest. I'll actually just stiff those in there real quick. And once again, these should be on my third floor. I don't know why I'm so all over the place apparently with my organizing. I thought I was doing good. This chest is for parts from Eternity Isle. The reason they're on this, I guess, this floor instead of on my Eternity Isle floor is because these are actually the exact amount of parts I need to make the remaining machines that I need, the remaining vacuums, I believe. So I wanted to keep them separate just in case. And then this is where all of my stone is. I have yet to change this little image that's in front of the chest, or behind the chest. But yeah, that's where all my stone goes because I was finding that I kept running out, so I wanted to have a good stockpile. I need to be getting more, actually. So next, here is my crafting station. I decided to make it look like a little painting area. I thought it looked really cute. And this is my time bending table. I have like a little vacuum and a chair and my little bookshelf. If we go to the right door, this is my gem room. I decided to make it very glitzy, very glamorous, full of gold. I need to change this image over here. I just haven't found one I like yet. I do really like this one. But yeah, I wanted this to look really magical and really pretty and obviously golden because it has all my gems. So it goes in rainbow order. This one's pink. This one is for my red gems. This is for my orange gems, my yellow gems, my green gems, my blue gems. Gems I wasn't too sure what to do about, so like crystals and Vitalis crystals. Both come from the Vitalis mines, if I'm correct. I think you can get the crystals somewhere else, but I decided to put them here. They were like bluish purple, fit in the middle, and then I could just put them together. This is my amethyst, so my purple gem, my black gem, and then over here is my ore, so like iron ore, coal, gold, and then these are my made bars. So over here I have like my gold, my wrought iron, my iron, and then over here is overflow. So this is where extra bars go typically, but also sometimes I'll get some extra ore that goes in here as well. And that's it for the gem room. We'll go straight across here to the left room, and this is where I keep all my flower storage. So I decided to make it look very overgrown, kind of like a greenhouse vibe, which I was really happy with, and just added a bunch of plants everywhere. So each of these chests has a flower above it that represents the color. Again, I went in rainbow order. So we have pink, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and white actually, and I'll explain that in a minute, and black. So the reason purple and white are together and I don't have a white chest down here is because I actually ran out of Dreamlight a while back when I was doing this room, and ran out of stuff to do a chest for it. But actually, if I remember correctly, yep, I actually made one and I just keep forgetting to place it and fill it up with white flowers. So now I can fix that issue. So sorry not everything's perfectly done. I thought everything was good, but apparently I missed a few things. So this video will hopefully be helpful to you, and for sure has been helpful for me so far. Next, if we go to the backmost room, this is my kitchen and where I keep all my food and my ingredients. So over here I have my leftover meals that I need to use up, and I also have things like peanuts and coffee ground. Over here is my fish, represented by a fish platter. So this is all fish and seaweed. Over here is my meat fridge, so I have all of my meat here. This should technically go upstairs in Eternity Isle because Eternity Isle is where you get meat, but I use it quite often, so it's more handy to have it down here than on the second floor. Over here I have all of my cold like dairy products that you can get from Remy's, so milk, butter, eggs, the ice slush, whatever. So yeah, and then same over here, everything goes in rainbow order. So I have everything that's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And then lastly over here I have any event items that were food related or quest items that were food related, like the dragon candy here, event related items such as the eggs or the Halloween candy. So yeah, it's really handy, and I really like how this one turned out. I especially like that there's like this little separate pantry area. This is one of my favorite rooms, I think. So that is it for the first floor. So we're gonna head right on up to the second floor, and this is my Eternity Isle room, or floor. So I decided with the expansion packs or DLCs that I would try to make each room based off of one of the characters that we get. Both times it's kind of worked out to go and do the first 4 that we know about, and then whoever the secret character is, I don't end up doing a room for. I really don't like doing it that way, but unfortunately it just worked out better to not do a room for Oswald and then doing the rooms on the third floor. We don't really have very many items that are Aurora based, and I assume we'll get more when we get her, but we obviously don't have her yet, and I wanted to have the storage room finished. So far it's just kind of worked out that way to do the 4 characters we know about and leave out the mystery character. So same thing up here, I have the vintage chest so I can grab anything that might be in there that I might have gathered. Right over here I have any tropical wood that I pick up. It's the only stick-based wood, I believe, or only wood in Eternity Isle that you can get. So that's the only thing that goes in there, but I do want to have a stockpile of it eventually, so I don't mind it having its own chest. You'll also notice that on this floor and the next for Storybook Vale, I use small chests for each of them. If it ever comes a time where I need a medium to large chest, I'll obviously just upgrade, but it just made more sense to me to start with a small chest because you don't really need a whole lot of the items from the DLC area once you're done with the quest lines, so it just made more sense to me to do small chests, but again, I can upgrade whenever now, luckily because of the new chest update. In here, I have these little flowers. I wasn't really sure what to do with them yet. They say mystery flowers. It looks like someone dropped these. It implies that they're Rapunzel's, and I don't know if you're supposed to gift them to her or not. So for right now, I've just kind of left them in there. Right here is anything I can dig up. So once again, like I missed earlier, these glass pieces that you can get from the desert in Eternity Isle when you break the... I forget what they're called, but you break like these rocks. They say that they're like glass, and you break them and these fall out. Bones you end up digging up a lot, or fishing up, and then same with plastic, so I decided to put it in there. Here is all of my plants for Eternity Isle, any seeds that I have. Over here we have any time bending pieces, so I have ancient cores in here. Over here I have time bending like parts. Over here I have time bending fragments. Yes, time bending fragments. And then here are the time bending presents. And then again, I have a crafting station and a ancient, or like a time bending table. In here to the left, I have our kitchen. It's based off of Wally, obviously, with the main idea being Eve, so I wanted it to look very futuristic, very clean. And then same as downstairs and with several other rooms, you will notice I do everything in rainbow order. It just makes it a lot easier for me. So this is red storage, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And then the fridges down here are actually fish. So I put the fish in here and seafood on the other side. Technically, I would usually like to put the fish and the seafood together in one chest, but it made more sense the way that Eternity Isle is laid out to separate them and give them each more space. Next is this back room. It has gems in it, so I decided to use the Scrooge door for it. I really like this room as well, how it just looks kind of a mixture, but I really wanted to go for Beauty and the Beast with this one because Gaston's in it. Now, we don't have a whole lot of items purely based around Gaston, especially for what I wanted. So I did just do a like broad Beauty and the Beast theme. Same thing starts here. We have red, orange, yellow, and I'm actually just noticing I have these out of order. It should be green next, and then blue, and then purple, and then this is any like pearls, and then this is any excess. And then on the opposite side, we have bars and ores. Finally, we have the flower room. Decided to base this one off of Rapunzel because she obviously has her flowers in her hair. I gave it a very like painted theme, I feel like, where the tapestries almost remind me of murals. We have her mural in the back with the fireplace. We have her painting stuff. I very much liked having her be the flower room in this sense. So we have, once again, pink, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, white, and black. And actually the white and the black should be switched around as well. Like I said, this is helping me just as much as it might be helping you guys, or that I hope it's helping you guys. Obviously I need to fix a few things. So finally, we're gonna go to the Storybook Vale room, or level. This one I'm really happy with. Maybe it's because it's the most recent that I've done, but I really enjoy it. I decided for this first room for it to be purely based off of Maleficent, which I feel like came out really cool looking. I did want to make the chests black, but they don't actually have a black version, so I might do blue or I might just leave them. We'll see. I just feel like they look very jarring in this room. But yes, I'm very happy with this room. This is where I put my crafting and time bending table. And then over here, of course, as always, we have the vintage chest. And then we start off with the petrified wood. I figured it'd be good to have it have its own storage because I'm probably gonna need a lot of it. Over here, anything we dig up, so bubbles or volcanic rock, that kind of thing. And this one is anything else that you pick up off the ground that isn't necessarily dug up or mined. You just kind of forage for it. So I guess this is the foraging chest. So I have pine cones and moss and such. Over here is where I put all my snippets. So these are the bird snippets represented by a cloud. I figured I would kind of remember because of that. The demon snippets, which are represented by a stone. It doesn't really make sense, but I can tell which is which because the frogs have flowers on their heads, so they're represented by the flowers, so then I automatically know that this must be demons. And then this one is just empty, so I'm leaving it for overflow of snippets, or if we get any new snippets, like I might put the new dark ones in there. I haven't really decided yet. To our right, we have the gem room. I decided to make this like Hades slash just Hercules vibes. I didn't know what to put for a memory yet. I don't have any Hercules memories, so I will be changing that soon. And I originally put Hades throne here, but with the new update, the Pegasus companion actually gives you a cloud throne, which would look so much better in here. So I do plan on swapping this out once I do level up Pegasus and get that throne. But we have marble here. This one isn't really in random or in rainbow order because we don't have a whole lot of gems actually. So we have the marble, of course, but then we have magma, we have star sapphires, we have opals, and we have the ice. So yeah, it's not really in rainbow order, but there wasn't really enough to qualify it having to be in rainbow order in my opinion. Now in the back room, we have the kitchen, and I decided to base this off of Flynn. So I decided to go with a snuggly duckling vibe, which I thought was really cute, especially for a kitchen. Obviously, the chests aren't as hidden in this one as I would have liked, like I did with the other kitchens, but I still think it works. Starts with red, orange, yellow, green, blue, which we don't actually have anything for blue. So that one's just empty for right now. It might become overflow. Purple, fish. This is like dairy slash like random things you fish up. And then of course I have the stove back here and everything. But yeah, I really like this room. I like how it came out. I like kind of how cluttered it is. There is a dartboard on that wall, but I'm noticing you can only see it at certain angles. It's very odd. And then finally we have the flower room, which is based off of Merida. The reason I went for Merida with this one was really because the other two fit the themes so well, and then it was just she was the one who was left. So I don't really have a full reason behind it, but I do feel like her items worked really well in here and gave it a very rustic, very pretty vibe. Again, I love how cluttered it is in here, and how pretty it is, especially with all of her items. I love the different, like, I guess, different items to her heritage and everything. I love it so much. So we have red flowers, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, white, and black. And that is actually it. That is all of my storage rooms. That was surprisingly quick, but I really wanted to show you guys because I was really excited about it. I hope it really helps you all to get inspiration or at least get an idea of how you should maybe organize things. Again, it's really up to preference. I prefer things in rainbow order because then I just know off the top of my head, oh, red's in the first chest, orange is in the third chest, you know, stuff like that. But again, not my practices for storage organization may not be what's right for you, so you just kind of have to mess with it and try your best. But I hope at the very least I gave you some inspiration and maybe some entertainment. So I'm very excited for this next update. I cannot wait to figure out what happens in the Storybook Vale, and hopefully I will see you guys soon. So I will talk to you all later. Bye.